Your attorney doesn't want to date you. No, listen to me. Your attorney doesn't want to date you. All right. Speak to them professionally. There's none of this, hey, sexy, hey, baby, because they're not interested in you.
Yes, like you heard. In this video, things get weird in Judge Boyd's courtroom. From fired lawyers to nose-touching coaches, one defendant who thought his attorney might date him. It's awkward, hilarious, and a little outrageous. These are the weirdest courtroom duos you'll ever see.
You understand, with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition.
That's forever?
You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand that?
I mean, yeah, but I can never for protection
You need to speak to your attorney about that. But with an
Okay.
affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition.
Okay,
Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
And with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent. Did you understand that?
This is the first time I heard of that.
All right, so I'll let you all step back. So
So I'm no, what does that mean?
I'll let you
That
speak
I'm
to
not-
your attorney about that.
I'm not allowed to have children?
Oh, you can have children, but if there's some sort of custody issues that arise, technically and legally, the court is not allowed to have you as primary custodial parent. Now, if in the best interest of the children, they determine that you will be the best placement, then they can do that. But if there were any type of custody issues, and there's a person who appears to be a good parent and they don't have an affirmative finding of family violence, then they're supposed to be designated as primary custodial parent. I'll let you speak to your attorney about it. So I'll have you all step back and you can talk to your attorney. And counsel, if you could talk to her also about the possession of weapons or ammunition. All right, thank you. Who's here on Gaydon Cantu? All right, if you all come forward. Back on the record in 2023 CR 0042, State of Texas versus Brittany Brown. So Ms. Brown, I've gone over the plea bargain agreement with you. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand the consequences of entering a plea with an affirmative finding of family violence? And knowing that, do you wish to proceed? All right, did you review the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, there be any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
And counsel, did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is that the plea bargain evaluation and follow all recommendations from the TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yeah.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, sir. At this time, state up for state exhibit number 1 and its status.
No objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Brown, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We has had the problem, I guess, communicating and understanding what is happening, but after explaining several times for the situation, she understands everything, and we're asking that the court accept the recommendation from the state to place on deferred.
All right, what was your warrant for? In the police report, it says that when the complainant called the police showed that you had a warrant. So what did you have an active warrant for?
It had been for a failure to ID.
All right, state, can you see if there are any pending charges other than this case?
Yeah, there's a failure to ID. Oh, sorry.
Your Honor. There's a failure to ID. And that one is, according to the state, would be TIC.
It's not listed in the plea.
It was for deferred adjudication in behalf of.
All right, if the court were to give you deferred adjudication, if anything were to happen and your probation were revoked, you could end up with potentially 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. What the state has offered you, if you were to not do well, you could still end up with 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. So which would you prefer? Would you prefer conviction or deferred adjudication?
Conviction.
All right, court will sentence you to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail.
No, miss.
You said a conviction.
Oh, I thought, okay, I'm sorry. Oh my God, no.
So are you
I thought you
asking,
meant like on the record.
are you asking for deferred?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with the deferred adjudication, the court could sentence you to up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail if you are unsuccessful. Do you understand?
Yes,
And up to a $4,000 fine. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
And are you requesting that the court give you deferred adjudication?
Yes,
All right. Court will sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Tagai Buzu. If there are some kind of child custody arrangements that need to be made, you'll need to make those through a third party. If you wish to have contact with him, he'll have to come in to court and I'd have to hear some evidence. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I believe you got it last time, yes, ma'am.
Well, no, my question is, did you review it with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you the same Moses Ross who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023?
Yes.
CR 3543 for the offense of assault, bodily injury, married family on August 24th, 2023 for a period of 1 year. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Your Honor. On or about the 27th day of September 2023, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Moses Ross, did then and there fail to register for and attend battering intervention and prevention program with an approved agency in violation of condition number 18.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State.
Your Honor, the state waives and abandons the other conditions.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 18, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of 18 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The proposal, when in conferring with counsel, Your Honor, would be to revoke and adjudicate via a judgment satisfied in an affirmative finding of family violence, Your Honor.
And how much time are you all requesting?
It would be there's 13 days served, Your Honor. The underlying probation is for a Class A misdemeanor.
Mhm.
And so the state confirmed that, yeah, there's 13 days credit. And that was the proposed agreement, if you will, between state and defense.
Correct, Judge.
All right, so here's my question. What has he done on probation? It appears that the main thing that needs to be done when you're on for assault is the BIPP course. So has that been completed?
No, ma'am, but I could tell you what happened.
Sure, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, then nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Moses Ross. When I got put on probation, I went back to jail, and that was the time that I was supposed to sign up for my bibs. During the time
Wait a minute, that was supposed to be the time you
that was
did.
the time that I was supposed to sign up for my bibs course.
Mhm.
But I was in jail. And then when I got back out of jail, I got put on a monitor, on the ankle monitor. She's very difficult. I made an appointment to go. She approved it. I went and they
To bibs.
to bibs. they said that I needed my court paperwork and $25, which I was unaware of. So I didn't get to sign up that day. Before, you know, how I told you last time I said, well, can I fix what I've done wrong? And you said, you do whatever you want.
Yes.
When I made an appointment last week and I sent her all the proof and the appointment stuff. And she says, well, you're not telling me soon enough. So what don't you understand about you having to tell me if I could go or not? And bid classes pushed back a week or 2 weeks every time. So they had someone that dropped out. I got that appointment. I went to my PO, my probation officer, excuse me, and I got my paperwork for court. And I had the $25. I make 25 each time. I made my appointment. I sent her the information, and she didn't let me go to the course. I've tried several times to go to the course, and there's nothing that I'm not like avoiding the course because of anything. It's just the monitor really, it messes with my school. I'm still in school. I quit my job because my manager didn't want to continue to print on my schedule every week for my officer. The officer.
Okay, well, what I can tell you is I'm not the person who placed you on probation. Somebody else did. I don't think that revoking him, he's only been on probation since August. So that's September, October, November, 3 months probation on an assault case. I'm not going to give him a judgment satisfied for that. I want him to complete the BIP course. After he completes the BIP course, if people want to come back to me and see if I would consider early termination, then of course I would consider that.
Okay.
But for me, the main thing on an assault family violence case is you complete the BIP course. And there are consequences to a revocation and a guilty plea on an entering of guilt in the judgment from the court on these assault cases.
I agree with everything you're saying. My question is this. Would you consider, so he's a professional barber.
Mhm.
Would you consider so that he can do his bit, get a job, get employed, pay probation, would you consider removing his monitor so that he can resume working, going to school and doing it?
I would consider tracking,
Okay?
but
'Cause
I will not consider removing the monitor unless somebody tells me the complainant is aware that the monitor is being removed and the complainant feels safe with the monitor being removed. And the reason why, you can unfold your hands. All right. People always would tell me in class that when you fold your hands, that means that you're upset, or it means that you're closing yourself to information that's being delivered.
That's funny.
And
No.
sometimes I do this and I'm like, I'm not closed off. But my professor would always say, that means you're closed off. So you're supposed to be open to receiving. Yes. So people will always say that when you're a judge, you're not supposed to express yourself on the record, because if you do, and you were a judge, so you know, they say as little as possible. But I'm a firm believer that communication is key. And I don't like for people to think that I'm just doing something because I can. So the reason why I'm looking at tracking is because, one, I don't have any information from the complainant saying that they're not in fear. I don't have any information from the complainant saying that the complainant is aware of what's going on here today. And even if I were to give you a judgment satisfied, that's another concern, because part of my duties as a judge, when it's in my purview, that's okay. Even when I'm setting bond conditions, I got to make sure that the public is protected, right? So, and let me get some update from probation. All right. And they say, she's telling me that there's an issue, the monitor, it's pretrial service issue. Norma, can you get the pretrial services officer to zoom in?
Do you need your pretrial service?
Is the issue?
No, we're trying to find out what the issue is. See, we're trying to get everybody on the same page to communicate. So who is the person you report to with the monitor? What's her name?
Parvo, Ms. Parvo, CHA, Shay, Parvo. I have it on my emails.
Yes. If you will give that to the court coordinator, and we'll get them to zoom in, and that way everybody will be on the same page.
Even,
Oh,
track-
just,
tracking would be amazing too.
no. Just give the information to the court coordinator.
He can call the person.
And so if you all will just wait.
Okay.
And we will take that up, and that way communication is,
What's my, what are the exact rules for tracking? And,
tracking, you just don't have contact with the complainant,
so there's
and
no
they know where you are at all times.
deal. So just keep it charged, then go about my day. Just don't
Yes.
go to her
Yes.
face. I can't leave any use, yeah.
Judge, if you would like to override that, if you would like for him to travel throughout the state of Texas, that's not really a restriction. You can also order that as well. But within pretrial, it is he can't go past the 7-mile radius without a court order.
All right, there's no reason for you to go beyond 75 miles.
No, ma'am. No, I'm not, no. I'm
No,
not allowed to.
he'll be within the 75-mile radius.
Thank you, Judge. That's all that we have for tracking.
Is there anything else? Any other questions?
When does it come into effect? Because, I
It's
have,
in effect today.
thank you.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, pretrial, is there anything else that you need from him?
No, Judge.
There's no curfew, nothing like that. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. I hate getting in trouble. I don't get in trouble. I just,
There's an order to things. Any other questions from the pretrial service officer?
no.
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much for zooming in or trying to zoom in. And thank you so much for being by phone. No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, so this is what the court is gonna do. Court is gonna deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include GPS tracking only. And when can he start the BIPP course? Do we know?
I have to do it. Right when I get out of here, I call them, I make an appointment with them. If they have any fallouts today, I could get it today, but usually they're about 4 days out. So it's not that far. So by next week, hopefully, I don't want to put it too close, but it's a holiday. Every time I've been calling lately, it's been about.
Okay, here's the thing, you're talking very fast. The court reporter, you're making her job more difficult than
sorry
it
about
needs
that.
to be.
Yeah.
All right, so probation, he needs to be enrolled.
Generally, Your Honor, he say within 10 days of whatever ruling of the court that the enrollment happens. So can we just give him the 10 day
Yes,
threshold?
And
And I just want to confirm GPS, alter and amend those conditions are bond conditions, not conditions of.
yes.
Thank you.
All right, so you're to enroll in BIP no later than December 18th.
Yes, ma'am.
That's giving you more than 10 days.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing else,
thank you, Judge.
all right. You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We would ask, for the court to follow the agreement. She is willing to do the probation. She is not currently employed, but she's seeking employment. She does have call center experience. She's hoping to get another work from home job at a call center and to help, take care of her father who is currently sick.
All right. So I have a question for you. You say you're taking care of your father, is that correct?
Not really. He's actually has cancer, so he's dying of cancer already.
I'm sorry, what?
He's dying of cancer. He has stage 4 liver cancer.
All right, so my question is, are you taking care of
No,
him?
ma'am.
That was a misstatement on my part, Judge. I guess I mean to, spend time with him while she can.
All right. So here's the other question. When's the last time you had employment?
Last year at Speedy's Exchange. What Speedy Exchange? Yes,
Doing what?
call center, telephone representative.
All right, why do you continue to steal?
Because I haven't been able to get a job due to my
Oh.
felonies, my history. But I'm still seeking for employment, ma'am.
No, this is not the first time you're stealing. I'm trying to figure out why your go-to is stealing. What if everybody who didn't have a job decided to steal? So you have prior theft cases and they were all state jail felonies. So why do you continue to steal? And according to this, you've been stealing since 2014 and you just want to stop stealing. So you're stealing and you're using drugs. Why is this?
Well, the past, yes, my last ones, yes, ma'am. I was a addict. I'm no longer using. I've been sober for quite a couple of years already. I did have a fallback to say, that one time with this recent case that I have. But I haven't picked up a charge since 2013 for theft. I've been,
No,
I've been-
not since 2013, because you have this and this is from 2023.
right, that was the most recent one, yes, ma'am.
So
But
why do you
prior-
keep stealing? It's still not answering my question. I don't understand.
I was going through some personal issues at the moment with my kids,
With what?
with my kids being taken away.
Okay,
So I went to what I knew best.
but your children, were they taken away because you were using drugs?
No, ma'am, for allegations.
What allegations?
Of using drugs and then like using drugs basically.
All right, for using drugs. So when were they taken away from you? And who are they staying with?
They're they've been adopted.
All right, so your rights were terminated. So here's my question. And you know yourself better than I know you, better than your attorney knows you. Do you really think you're going to do well at this probation? Because you had a choice to do what you needed to do and have custody of your children, and you chose to commit thefts and continue to use.
Yes, ma'am, because I didn't have to get my children back, but
I'm sorry, what?
yes, I do. I feel like the probation was with me, right? I will do my complete probation. I've completed probation before successfully. Again, I had a fall, I had a tip, you know, I'm not trying to go back to that lifestyle. I'm just trying to do right, but times are hard.
And if you're drug tested today, and you will be, what is the results going to be? Tell the truth.
I'll be positive for marijuana.
And what else?
Marijuana.
So you're telling me when you're drug tested today, you're only going to be positive for marijuana? So if I send you across the hallway to get drug tested, I mean, that can happen today. And you're saying it's just going to be marijuana. All right. We can have a drug test done. Is there anything you want to say before I send you to go do your drug test? All right, so I'm going to find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. We're going to recall this for tomorrow. She's going to do a drug test today.
You can tell her that.
I'm sorry, not tomorrow. Is there something she wants to say?
There is, Your Honor.
Oh, what would you wish to say to the court? I'm sorry, what? And what would that be? All right, so why are you playing games with me? Well, no, that means you were dishonest with the court. I asked you, what would you be positive for? You said marijuana, nothing else. I told you I could send you right across the hallway to get drug tested, and you said, please do. You know, send me. I'm not going to be positive for anything else. So now you're telling me it's going to be meth. When's the last time you used meth? All right. And what else? All right. And who are you living with?
Currently, with my grandmother.
And how many children does she have living with her other than you?
No.
So if probation goes out there at that house, you're going to tell me that there are not going to be any minors at that house. So who all is in the house?
So it's just myself and my husband.
I'm sorry, who?
Myself and my husband.
At your grandmother's house.
My grandmother's deceased. passed, like she's passed away last year in December, but it's her house. We were staying at her house. It's her property.
So I'm confused. She said she's living with her grandmother.
No, she's living at her grandmother's house.
No, beforehand, she's like, I'm living with my grandmother. So now she's staying at her grandmother's house. And it's just her and her husband at her grandmother's house.
Yeah, I guess I missed the part where she said she was staying with her grandmother. I
Okay.
didn't hear that part. I just heard grandmother's house, but.
So it's just you and your husband at your grandmother's house. And there are no children at that location. And how often is he using?
I think it isn't you.
Okay, usually when people use, the people they're with usually use.
It's kind of like things that he doesn't do, but he's not. He doesn't do.
All right, I'm gonna place you on probation, but I'm telling you right now, probation is gonna make visits at that location. Do you understand? All right. Court is gonna sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. Taking consideration AL 218-1212. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. There's going to be a TAP evaluation. Follow all TAP recommendations. There's to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with Walmarts, and that means any Walmart. There's to be no contact with Andrea Macedo, the MRT, CATS 1 and CATS 2. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. We can do a referral to felony drug court. You need to make sure you make all of those appointments to felony drug court. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution and 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. James Seeloff.
James Seeloff for the defense.
All right, the court
Seeloff.
is calling 2024 C. All right.
Although he does say that he can live with his parents as opposed to being homeless.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So the state is opposed to your application. Any witnesses defense?
No, Your Honor.
State, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court will hear argument.
Your Honor, my client has never been on felony probation, and he's never had the theft course. And I asked the court to take a look at the offense itself and what was stolen. He was homeless at the time, and currently he says that he can live with his parents. And I asked the court respectfully to consider probation
All right.
in
And
this circumstance. Do you have anything, David?
Well, yeah,
Lynn, if you can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
David Lind.
All right, counsel, would you wish for your client just to talk to the court, or do you have questions?
No, I would like my client to address the court.
Yeah, I'm just living in my parents' house. I'll be taking care of them. My mom has dementia and my dad can barely walk. So I'm kind of like their caretaker.
All right, when people are on probation in this court, I don't allow them to be home healthcare
Oh,
providers.
no, I'm not getting paid for it. I go over there and help them out.
Okay.
Yes.
Why were you not doing this before you picked up these new cases?
I've been going over there.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so here's the court's concern. Looking at your criminal history, you have a criminal trespass. You were placed on deferred adjudication. The motion was withdrawn after a motion to revoke was filed and the case was dismissed. Then you had a theft case in 1995. You were granted 6 months probation. A motion to revoke was filed, then withdrawn. Case was closed. In 1996, you had a driving while intoxicated case. You were given 6 months probation. A motion to revoke was filed. Probation was revoked. You were sentenced to 30 days in the Bexar County Jail. Then in 1997, you had assault, bodily injury, married. You were given deferred adjudication. A motion to adjudicate guilt was filed. You were revoked, sentenced to 6 months. In 1997, you had a driving while license suspended. Your probation was revoked. You were sentenced to 52 days in the Bexar County Jail. And also in 1997, you had another driving while license suspended, 6 months in the Bexar County Jail. November 1997, driving while license suspended, 6 months in the Bexar County Jail. July 1999, driving while license invalid, enhanced. You were given probation for a year. Motion to revoke was filed. You were sentenced to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail. 2003, you had a theft, $5,500. You were sentenced to 90 days in the Bexar County Jail. 2006, you had a driving while license invalid. You were sentenced to 30 days in the Bexar County Jail. To 8 months in the state jail facility. 2012, you had a theft under $1,500 enhanced. You were sentenced to 10 months in the state jail facility. 2013, you had a theft under $1,500 enhanced. Then in Travis County, you had a theft, $1,500, 2 or more previous convictions, and you were sentenced to 6 months in the state jail facility. So the question becomes, why do you not stop stealing?
Because I had a gambling problem.
All right. Is there anything else?
That's it.
All right. The court is going to find you guilty. The court will deny your application. The court will sentence you to 14 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Did you review the document
Ma'am,
entitled
hang on.
Court Certification of Defendant's
Ma'am,
Rights to
we're-
Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
When me and him were on
Because
the,
this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not
I
have the
told
court's
my attorney I
permission to
wanted to
appeal.
fire him.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Good luck to you.
Ma'am,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Questions? All right, I do. The police report says that you were chasing her with a knife,
No,
and
ma'am.
they say that there's a video of you chasing her with a knife.
No, ma'am, I did not chase her with a knife. I was simply scared running because there was 2 women after me. Not only 1, 2.
All right, am I,
Well, Judge, I don't know really what to make of this because lots of times we can say, well, the person has a mental illness, health, issues, they're on drugs. I don't know really what to make of this other than it's a one-time kind of incident thing.
where's the video?
It's in the discovery.
Any objection to the court seeing the video? Just,
It's-
if you all have it, if I could see the video? Sure. Because she's saying self-defense, and I'm being told that the video,
And I
there's a
think
video that shows something different.
now she realizes it's definitely not self-defense. This is
Okay.
not a self-defense.
Right. So what I want to know is whether or not she was chasing somebody with a knife or not.
Probably I was scared, ma'am.
No, you said you were running from 2 women,
Yes, there were 2 women after me, ma'am.
but
And
the police report says that you were chasing the complainant with a knife. So were you chasing the complainant with a knife or no?
yes, to defend myself and run from There was two women to defend.
If somebody's running away from you and you're chasing them with a knife, how are you defending yourself?
No, there were two women and one of them were after me.
Okay, all right, well, we'll see the video, see what the video shows. All right.
See, she swung it.
You saw the video, Your Honor. In her mind, it was self-defense. I certainly understand the chase and all that kind of stuff. And she now understands how it is not self-defense. Nonetheless, Judge, she definitely takes responsibility for her actions. She's asking to be supervised by the court. I think she would benefit from some anger management and classes that help her deal with these kinds of situations and how to get herself out of these kinds of situations. So the long story short is, Your Honor, based upon her limited criminal history, her lack of drug use, the fact that she takes responsibility, we ask that you grant the application. Thank you.
Anything else you wish to say? Mr. Drago?
I just ask that God may touch your heart and understand that like the all I was asking is that if the Lord could hear me right now, he'd understand how much I repent of what happened that day. But it simply is just a self-defense in my mind, even though I know it's wrong.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so this is what the court is going to do. The court has heard all the evidence, and I want you to know that I internalize everything and I look at cases on an individual basis. The court is going to deny your application. Court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Take in consideration NIMAC number 714. And where is Mr. Rowley?
And Judge, his name is incorrect. It's actually Riley Adams.
Oh, Ray Adams?
Riley Adams.
Riley
He just
Adams.
mixed it up.
All right. Hello, Mr. Adams. All right, so your attorney's filed a motion to withdraw?
Yes, Judge.
All right. All right, so they're saying they're having problems communicating with you. All right, so, oh, no gum chewing. That's okay. It happens. Don't swallow it though. Our parents would always say it would mess up your intestines. All right, so let me explain something to you about communication with attorneys. I've been a defense attorney. I've been a prosecutor. Sometimes attorneys will tell us things. We don't like what they say. So then we say, it's your fault. This profession has to be the only profession where if somebody's in trouble, they blame their attorney. And I understand that. But usually when people have a medical issue, if they have a heart problem, they don't start blaming the doctor. It's your fault. I have a heart problem. Their whole thing is, what can I do so we can resolve this issue? But with attorneys, when you have a case, sometimes you're, why hasn't my case been dismissed? Why am I not in jury trial? Why hasn't this happened? So what I can tell you, if the issue with your attorney is, hey, why am I not in jury trial? It's because we have cases that are set before yours. If your issue with your attorney is like, you haven't got my case dismissed, attorney can't force the state to dismiss your case. If they want to dismiss it, they'll file a motion to dismiss, and then it'll be up to me to sign it. And if I don't want to sign it, I don't have to sign it. So if that's the issue, this motion to withdraw is not going to be granted because you need to communicate with your attorney. And what I can tell you, if you're not speaking to your attorney, you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to end up going to a jury trial with an attorney that you have never spoken to, and that's going to be your fault. How old are you? All right, you're 50. So it's not like you're 3 and people can't communicate with you. So she's saying she has a problem communicate with you. Step back, communicate with your attorney. You understand? All right, thank you. All right. Sure.
And Judge, to finish short.
Yes.
I know that we've been waiting a long time for him.
Yes.
We have.
Okay.
However, Pat Hancock wasn't given notice and he's out of county. He's
Okay.
asking for it to come back Monday.
Okay.
And
The reason he wasn't given notice, Judge.
And I'm
is
fine with
when
that
they
even-
booked him, They withdrew, Mr. Hancock's.
Okay.
he wasn't on the docket, so
All right. So y'all want him here on Monday?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
We should be able to work it out.
Oh, yeah, sure, Monday.
So I'll just.
Sure. All right. You've been on this planet for 50 years, right? You need to speak up so I can hear. All right, let me explain something to you. People always say to the bold, you know, you get things because you're being bold. When I was a defense attorney, I would have male clients sometimes that would hit on me, right? And you know what I would tell my client as I'm seeing them at the jail? I would be like, you would be such a good catch. If only you didn't have this SID number and was charged with murder, I would consider. Your attorney doesn't want to date you. No, listen to me. Your attorney doesn't want to date you. So you need to respect your attorney. Your attorney knows all of your criminal history. Normally, women do not want to hang their star to somebody with criminal history. And when you are in a professional setting, you need to speak to that person professionally because that person holds your life in their hands in a way. Like maybe they don't want to represent you very well. Maybe it's, hey, this guy's hitting on me, he's all creepy. Maybe I should just let him go to jail. So the next attorney you get, speak to them professionally. There's none of this, hey, sexy, hey, baby, because they're not interested in you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to allow your attorney to withdraw and I'm going to appoint you a male attorney. If you want to say, hey, sexy baby to them, just see how that goes. Have a seat. You're going to get appointed to a male attorney. Have a seat. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.